As I said when I started, that there is no rhyme or reason, there's no seder in the way I say over in Yonim, it's only what comes to my mind, and that's what I say over. So now I was thinking to repeat and say over what was going on in the Shnas Hakan, when we celebrated the 150th year from the Histalkes of the Alter Rebbe, and the Rebbe made such a whole tumult about Shnas Hakan Kufnun 150. So I just want to say the whole Seder. It's going to be a little bit long, so I'm going to divide it into a few sections and say over from my perspective. I'm sure other people will have their feeling and they'll be able to say what they saw things, but I'm going to say over the way I was involved, my feeling and the way I saw it, and I'll divide it, as I said, in a few parts. It was Chai Elul, Tovshin Chov Beis, 1962. I still was a student at Talmud in Bedford Avenue, learned in yeshiva in Bedford, and it was Far Nacht, and we got a message that the Rebbe came back from the Eil on Chai Elul, and we heard that by the davening, when it came to Tachnun, the Rebbe asked, is there a chassan? Because the truth is, there was a bocher who got married on Chai Elul that day. This was Rabbi Leibel Schapiro, but his chassan was in Cleveland, his chassan was not in New York. But the Rebbe asked, is there a chassan? Because he wanted not to say Tachnun. And they said the chassan wasn't there. They told the Rebbe the chassan isn't here because it was in Cleveland. And nevertheless, the Rebbe didn't say Tachnun. And we heard that the Rebbe gave over, I don't know if they made an announcement or how it gave over, that soon there's going to be a Fabringen in honor of Chai Elul, which was something very special at that time to have a Fabringen, such a sudden Fabringen. So right away we started running, Begashmi started running from Bedford Avenue to 770. And when we came to 770, so we came there, and very soon, as soon as we came, the Rebbe came out to Fabringen. They set up the tables, and the Rebbe came out to Fabringen. And by the Fabringen, the Rebbe spoke about the Alter Rebbe, and he said that this year, Chavdala Tevis, which is going to be in a few months, will be the 150th year from the Histalkes of the Alter Rebbe. And he said that even though today is Chai Elul, which is the birthday of the Alter Rebbe, but there is a connection between the birthday and the Yortzeit. Now, originally, between the birthday and the Yortzeit was many years, from the year Tov Kuf Hey when he was born to the year Tov Kuf Ayin Gimel when the Alter Rebbe was Nistalik. But since Hayom HaMeil and Niskarim V'Nasim, so now that amount of years repeats itself in those few months between Chai Elul and Chavdala Tevis. And therefore the Rebbe said, we have to now start thinking about it, and we have to add in our iskashers to the Alter Rebbe. And we know the word that the iskashers comes through Torah, so therefore the Rebbe said, this is what we should do. They should make a chalukah of the Alter Rebbe Shulchan Aruch, which means take the whole Alter Rebbe Shulchan Aruch from beginning of Be'er HaChaim till the end of Cheshem Mishpat, together with the Kunter Sachar and Shulchan Aruch, and divide it. And everyone should take a little piece of it to start learning from now, and make sure that you finish your piece by Chavdala Tevis. The Mela, their whole Shulchan Aruch will be learned by Chavdala Tevis. And then he said the same thing should be with Tanya, since the Alter Rebbe is Baal Tanya and Shulchan Aruch. So in Tanya too, you should take the whole Tanya from the beginning of Tanya till the end of Tanya, not only the end of the first chelik of Likutei Amorim, till the end of the whole Tanya, and to divide it. And this should be in addition to Chitas, in addition that we learn Tanya every day. Everyone learns the Shir Tanya and Chitas, but this should be a separate inyan. And he also added that there should be two people to each one. To each Siman and Shulchan Aruch, or to each Chelik of Shulchan Aruch that we're going to divide, there should be two people for each one, and the same thing for each Perek of Tanya. So then, just in case, if one person somehow reason did not finish it, so at least there's somebody else finish it, so there'll be definitely we will all finish it. Then the Rebbe said that the Bochrim should have a separate chalukah. They should not be together with the Yungelite. The Bochrim should have a separate chalukah, in the same thing, the chalukah to divide Gantz Shulchan Aruch and to divide Gantz Tanya. So these are the two things. Then he said there's a third thing, and that is the union of Tzedakah. And he said there should be a Heisof in Tzedakah. From Chai Elul to Chavdala Tevis, people should add in giving Tzedakah, specifically in special times like before davening, before Shach and for Mincha. And to give Tzedakah more than usual means besides the regular Tzedakah that you give, and you should give it Mailam Hagbolas, and the Tzedakah should go to the printing of the Alter Rebbe's Svarim. And actually, it's true, right after that was Nisyasid, the Mesid, called Keren Shneyer, which was a special fund for printing the Alter Rebbe's Svarim. And that's when, after that Fabrengen, they put up that pushke that's in the whole lobby of 770, right before, next to the Maskirus office. There's the pushke, that's when it's put up, but even had a sign on it, Keren Shneyer. And they put up that pushka, and the Rebbe would go in. From then on, every time we would come from outside, he would put in some money into that pushka. Then the Rebbe said that the learning of the Shulchan Aruch and Tanya, the Chalukah, that's not shaykhs to the women. But the tzedakah is shaykhs to the women also. And then the Rebbe said that when the tzedakah, since the Rebbe wanted to give more than usual l'mayla magbolas, that's l'chura not so shaykhs to bochrim, because bochrim should give more than their agbolas, which is not much. It's ma'eit shelcho. So the Rebbe gave another eitzah, that you should give this, whatever amount you're going to give it in more than one time. Divide it into separate times. Moshe, if you want to give $1, give a dime, then give another dime to divide it. Because it says in Pirkei Avos, Hakan if Yereva Maisa, depends, every time you give, it's a special union, and the way the Rambam explains it in Pirush HaMishnayos. After Chayel, the Rebbe was Magia, the Sikha, and the Sikha was printed. First it was printed in separate kuntras, then was printed, the Punkt then came out, the Sefer HaMaor and Tovshim Beis, so it was printed in the Sofas, and then later on it was printed in the Sofas of Chelik Tes. Came Simchas Torah, the Rebbe was made a Yom Simchas Torah, Tovshin Chav Gimel, the Rebbe was made that he spoke about it, and Shnas Hakan, and the things, and people did it, but it was geton af Yetzezayin, people did it Yetzezayin. So the Rebbe was made it again, it should be done again. Then, this brought about the whole mood, the whole atmosphere of Shnas Hakan into Lubavitch. That Shnas Hakan was the subject that was discussed, the subject that never was mind, till it came to Chavdala Tevis. And the rest will be in the next one.